Hey guys, it's Mr. Short again. We've come to the end of second grade module 3. So we got a little review here we're going to go over, study guide. If you're not in my school, this might not be the exact study guide that your teacher gives you, but this is going to go over everything you need to know to be ready for that test. All right, I promise you this will help you in an amazing way. If you're at the same building as me, well, this is the one your teachers gave you, so we know this one's going to help you. All right, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe and like button for me. All right, let's get into this. So this is second grade, Eureka Math Squared, Module 3 study guide for that assessment. So our first one we're looking here, we want to know what shape it is, how many sides it has, and how many angles it has. All right, let's do the sides first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. And angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 angles. So we have 6 sides. Even though it might not look like all the other shapes with 6 sides, it still has 6 sides. So 6 sides gives us what kind of shape? What is it? A hexagon. All right, hexagon. Okay, when we get over here, do it again. Let's count. I'm not going to give you a name because you guys really need to memorize these names. I don't want you just listening to me on them. So let's do our sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sides. Look, they switch where it's at here. Make sure you're paying attention. Angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 angles. Okay. What's the name of that shape? It has 4 sides, but they're not all the same length. So make sure you're really paying attention to what that is. Let's go down to the bottom down here. Shape, sides, angles. Always sides first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides this time. Snuck that one in down there. So angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, you see the pattern here. Sides and angles the same. Sides and angles the same. Sides and angles the same. They're the same. Don't forget that. They're the same. It's not going to trick you when we have 2D shapes, because these are all 2D shapes. Our sides and angles have been the same so far. So I would say it's probably pretty safe to say our sides and angles are always going to be the same on 2D, two-dimensional shapes. All right? Find the name. 5 sides. What shape has 5 sides? Over here, we see something different. We see faces, edges, vertices, and shape. Ooh. Faces, edges, vertices, shape. Well, you can see someone was nice enough to put that line back there for us. That's going to help us out. All right, edges. Edges are our sides for a 2D shape. But for a 3D shape, because it's not the side, because there's faces are kind of the sides on this one. So let's go through and count our, they call them edges. I don't know, it's a weird thing. So we got 1 there, 2 there, 3 there, 4 there. So we have 4 right there. Okay, keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's obviously 9, but look back here. 10, 11, 12. So edges, we have 12. Now faces are the flat parts. All right, faces are flat parts. So there's 1 here on the front, 1 on the top, 1 on the back here. It's hard to see, right? And 1 on the bottom. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Then we have 5 over here, 6 over here. Okay? So, like I said, for faces, 1, 2, 3's in the back, 4's on the bottom, 5's on this side, and 6 is on this side. So we have 6 faces. Vertices are still angles. It's just a different name. So count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. Uh-oh. We have 8 vertices. Look at our faces, or I'm sorry, our edges, which were our sides on the 2D shape, and our vertices are not the same on a 3D shape on this one. So we can't just assume they're the same. All right, and now we got this thing all gobbled up and goobled up and gooped up with marks and slashes and things all over it. But what is this shape? We see the front is a square. The top is a square. The back is a square. This side's a square. The other side's a square. The bottom's a square. So it's a square all the way around. So that makes the shape a, remember, it's not a square because that's a 2D shape. It's a cube because it's a 3D shape, three-dimensional shape. Okay? All right. Ling and Tim both draw a quadrilateral. Ling says Tim's shape is not a quadrilateral. Okay? Is Ling correct? Tell how you know. Well, what do we know about quadrilaterals? How many sides does a quadrilateral have? How many angles does a quadrilateral have? If both these shapes have the amount of sides a quadrilateral has the amount of angles a quadrilateral is supposed to have, and they're closed, if all these shapes are closed, there's no open spots where anything can sneak out. If that's the same, then they're the same. If it's not the same, then they aren't the same. So you have, I know it sounded kind of weird, but you know what I mean. Ling and Tim both draw a quadrilateral. Ling says Tim's shape is not a quadrilateral. So you have to say, is Ling correct? She says this is not a quadrilateral. So yes or no, is Ling correct? And then you have to tell how you know. All right, write it right here. You got all this room. Write it out. All right, over to the back. And just so you know, I'm going to want cookies now because there's cookies down here. It's not fair. All right. Number line. Count by fives on the number line. Start at 0. So you're going to count by fives. So I'll help you with the first 3, and then you're on your own. So 0 plus 5, right, is going to give us 5. Plus 5 is going to give us 10. Plus 5 is going to give us 15. So we have 5, 10, 15. Just keep going until you get down to here. That's the last one they want to know. Alrighty. We got to draw some time and say what, so if we think this is AM or PM and put it on the clock. All right, we got this one. So it says 8:40 AM or 8:40 PM. I want you to think about when you go to school. Because look, there's a school bus, there's kids with backpacks. I'm going to guess this is the front steps leading up to the school. All right. It looks like they're going to school. All right. We're not going to worry about if this is a black and white copy because the kids are getting off the school bus. Do you do that at 8:40 AM in the morning, or would you be getting off the school bus at 8:40 PM at almost bedtime? I know at our building, this is when our front doors open, when everyone's getting off the bus at 8:40 AM. All right, so we need to put 8:40 on the clock. The 8 is right here. So that's our hour. It's the hour of 8. So we want our smaller hand to point to the 8. And now they're kind of messing with us because it's 8:40. Well, we need to count by fives to find the 40. So I'll show you a trick here in a second because it's going to mess us up a little bit, but we're going to fix it. So ready? So this is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's the same thing. But if our minute hand is pointing at this, is our hour hand still straight at the 8? It's not. Our hour hand is not to the 9 yet, but it's closer to the 9 than it is to the 8. So we can put our hour hand pointing below. Look, I'm going below the 9. And take that minute hand, stretch it outward. Almost touches the 8, so we know it's the longer one. Okay? Number 8. This is 1/4 of a hole. Draw the hole. So this is 1/4. So this piece here is 1/4. Okay? So you need to make this the whole thing. So this is one piece of it. So the top number tells us how many pieces we have of the bottom number. The bottom number is how many total pieces we need to have. To get one whole, you have to get all the way down here where you have 4/4. So I have 1/4 here. I have 4/4 here. So I feel like I need some more ones. So maybe I want to add some more ones up here till I get here, right? I have 1/4 here. I have 4/4 here. 4/4 equals 1 whole. So how many more pieces do we need there? All right, it's cookie time. I'm grabbing a marker for this one. All right, we need fourths, halves, and thirds. It says partition, that means break up, each cookie to match the unit. Then shade 1 share of each cookie. Okay, so the first one says fourths. Fourths. So fourths. If I cut this in half, I have 2, so that's halves. If I cut this again, I have 4 pieces now, so that would be fourths, right? I have 1/4, 1/4. I'm going to write them out here. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. All right. Hey, that looks similar to something we might have just talked about for how many pieces we need to make a whole, because this is a whole cookie. I'm still thinking about cookies. All right. It says then shade in 1 share of each cookie. So 1 share would be 1 piece. And you can shade this in nicer than me. I'm just doing it real quick because I'm trying to get this video done for you guys. So I use blue because I think of a guy that used to be on cartoons when I was younger. Not really cartoons, but a kid show called The Muppets. It was Cookie Monster, and he loved to eat cookies, and he was blue. So that's kind of why I picked the blue up. All right, there. 1/4 has been shaded. All right. Then you need to do halves. Divide this in half, which means 2 pieces. And then you need to do thirds, which means 3 pieces. I'm not drawing that for you. Then it says circle the cookie with the smallest share. Tell how you know. All right, so the smallest share. So I want you to think about this. You're sharing this cookie, you're cutting it up. You want to eat as much of the cookie as you can, right? I know I do. So do I want to share my cookie with 4 people and cut up like this? What size? How much would I get? If I do halves, if I get half of this, compare that piece to this piece, or thirds. So if you have 1 whole cookie, so the biggest piece would be what you want to have the most, right? That would fill you up. The smallest share would be the smallest piece, which is the piece that we're still happy to get because we're always happy to get some cookie. But if we had a choice, we'd rather have a bigger piece. So you have a 4, 1/4 here, 1/2 here, 1/3 here. Which piece is the smallest? After you draw them, just look. Look at the pictures. Which one's the smallest? Okay. Circle whichever one is the smallest. What time is it? I don't know. Look at the clocks down here. Figure out what time it is. I'm going to help in parts on the first and the second one, but not helping all on the third one. All right. The first one, I'm looking for my hour hand. My hour hand here, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8. It's between 7 and 8. So that means it's 7 something. I'm not helping with that. You got to count by 5s. It's pointing right at a number. Count by 5s and see what you end on for there. Over here, I'm going to give you the minutes, not the hours. So if I look at the minutes, I'm right there. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And now remember, this is where they try to get a little tricky with time. This is almost to the 12, which means the hour hand is almost to the next number. Remember, you still need to say it's by the last number it passed. Over here, we passed the 7, so it's still 7. We didn't get to the 8 yet. Okay, we're not to the 8 yet. So it can't be 8 until we get to the 8 and pass it. We have not done that here. That's why this is 7. So what do you add on this one? Think about it. If it's at 55, you can't have just passed a number. You're almost to the next number because at 00 or o'clock is when we turn to the next hour. All right. And the last one. You're on your own. This is the seconds hand. Don't pay any attention to this one. That's on there just to mess with you, try to trip you up. Don't even worry about that one because that's the second hand. All right. All right, guys. Like I said before, if you're in my building, I hope this really helps you out. If you're not in my building, this will definitely still help you out because this hits all the major stuff that you're going to see on your second grade Eureka Math Squared Module 3 test, exam, assessment, whatever you want to call it. Either way, no matter what, if you paid attention, if you do this along with me, you're ready for that test. I hope you do a great job, and I hope you have